الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Last week we started the Surah Al Imran and we had a very short introduction of the surah, and the first few 5 ayah we went through first 5 ayahs. And as we said last week, that the Surah Al Imran, it is a paired surah of Surah Al-Baqarah, so a lot of things you will see that matching up with Baqarah. That Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the nation of Ahl Kitab and especially the Bani Israel, the Jewish. In this surah we said that Allah will talk more about the people of the book, but who are Christians. And also we said that this lot of the ayah of this surah was revealed based on an incident that a group of people, a group of Christian monks or priests, they came to the mosque of Rasulullah, and as an argument Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these verses to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that he can argue with them, he can give them the point that what is Islam and what not. So inshallah ta'ala today we'll go ayah from 6 to 16. Surah Al Imran, I just wanted to say that Ale, the word Ale means, as you know, the meaning of this is family of Imran. So this is called, and we use this word Ale. Can anybody tell, like every day we use this word Ale? Where do we use this word Ale? Every day, every one of us use it.
Sharif?
Yes, yeah. The Sharif, yeah. So when you say wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. So that's the same word Ale. Just want to mention because there are words that we use in the Quran that we use in our everyday life, but we don't realize that actually that this is the word, the same word. Anyway, so in the last ayah that we discussed last week, the ayah number 5, where Allah said that that nothing is hidden from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is the Azizul Hakim, that He is has the authority of everything. So in ayah number 6 is relation to that. Actually, Allah is saying that the what is inside the womb of a mother, that is also not hidden to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is the one who creates human being as He wish. So some of us are tall, some of us are fair, some of us are dark, some are short, some are fat, whatever it is. Some are intelligent, some are not very intelligent. All these things is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the hidden fact, the hidden mystery with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah creates people. So that's one of the aspect of unseen that's happening in the womb of a mother, and that is only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all these things Allah giving here to just to establish the fact that Allah is Allah, He is the Hayyul Qayyum, He is the main authority. So He's just placing this first ayahs just to show us that what is this one. Then ayah number 7 is a big ayah. I'll just summarize it. Here Allah is saying it's very, very, very important ayah, and it is so much implicated in our life too. In ayah number 7, Allah is saying there are 2 types of ayah, generally 2 types of ayah in the Quran. One, they are muhkamat. Muhkamat, the words comes from hukum. The word hukum means, or hikmah. It's the same word actually. Hikmah means wisdom, hukum means, some instruction that you have to follow. So Allah is saying there are few ayah, and Allah is saying that, hunna ummul kitab, means those are the kitab, the ayah of the main ayah, the foundation of the Quran. Those ayah that is explicit. They know if you do this, Allah said explicitly, aqimus salawatu zakah. You have to pray, you have to do zakah. Allah have mentioned the ayah for Hajj. Allah has mentioned the ayah for the rulings, few rulings of the Hajj and all everything. Allah said if you do this thing, this will be your punishment. If you do zina, that's your punishment. If you do alcohol, this is your punishment. You are not allowed to have alcohol. So these are very clear ayat, and these are called muhkamat. And Allah is saying hunna. Usually in Arabic language, people who knows, if in Arabic language there is nothing called it. So there's a hiya and hunna. So hiya means like something that doesn't have life. So if I say a group of pen or something like this, but Allah mentioned it hunna. Hunna is only for the female, but usually Allah don't use for the ayah is the female pronoun. But here Allah use a female pronoun just to glorify it, as it giving the life to the ayah. The tafsir, the scholar said that Allah is giving the life to the ayah. These are the ayah, they are foundation of ayah. And now there are other kind of ayah, the second type of ayah, that is muftashabiyat, meaning they are some meanings that we can derive, but we are not confirmed. Only Allah knows the meaning. Like an alif lam mim, what does that mean? And Allah is saying that most important part, there are people who has bad intention in their heart. Their heart has some problem, some deviation, and those are the people who play with those ayahs. And this is very common in our life. Even in also you will see there are people who are not regular in prayer, not regular there. If you go to them, they will say, what? Quran has 14 the ayah of sujood or 15 ayah of sujood. Do you know why this ayah sujood? Why this? They are like talking about so much thing like this. That doesn't make sense. But he doesn't even pray properly. So those kind of ayah that is not meaningful, only meaningful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are only to believe in that. And Allah will say in the same ayah that people, the word is here now, warasikhuna. Warasikhuna means the people who has deep root of the knowledge. People who has knowledge, they will say everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't bother with those ayah. If you believe that this Quran is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and there is some ayah that you don't understand, what is the meaning of this ayah, why this ayah is here, that doesn't matter. It's Allah knows the thing. You know the explicit meaning, you try to get the the knowledge from the scholar, whatever they say from that. If not, you believe in Allah. That's why Allah is saying at the end, look, say, we believe in it. So the people of the grounded in knowledge say, we believe in it, the whole of it. So it's not like, I believe some part of the Quran, I don't believe some part of the Quran, I'm confused on this. No, we can't have any confusion. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the people of the knowledge, believe in everything, and that's why the knowledge is so important for all of us to gather the basic knowledge and try to increase it all the time so that we can be a part of those people who Allah has, placed them. And right after this, in ayah number 8, ayah number 8 and 9, Allah giving two dua. Allah is teaching the dua. There are duas from hadith and there are duas from Quran. And the Quranic dua is more important in the sense, as if Allah is saying, if you want to ask something from me, ask this way. I'm teaching you this way. This is not, some people made this dua. Some prophet made this. No. Allah is saying, this is the people who have knowledge, who looks after the ayah like this, who think about the ayah like this, who think about the Quran like this, and they made this dua. What is the dua? Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da iz hadaytana. This is the famous dua that we always say in our prayer and everything. It means that, oh Allah, don't take the guidance away from me once you guided me. Basically, Allah is saying, keep my heart firm once you guided me. And actually, we are all part of this. Why? Because Alhamdulillah, all of us born in a Muslim family with a Muslim parents, and that is one blessing that you already been guided because you are born in that family. Half of the thing is already there for you. As you grow up, you see your parents praying. As you grow up, you see they are going to the Eid Jama, they are going to the Juma and everything. So you have already been given these things from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala by born in Muslim, and we are guided. But even after that, if that is the dangerous thing, even after this guidance, if we derail from there, then we are the most the loser, the most unfortunate people. And then Allah said here, Rabbana, O our Lord, verily it is who will gather the man camp. So they, Jamiun Nas. Jamiun Nas means that those people are in the same dua. Allah is saying that we believe that you are the one who's going to gather us in the day of judgment, and you will be you will be the judge for those ones. So basically, in the previous surah, we say La Raiba. The word La Raiba, Zalikal Kitabu La Raiba Fi. So the word La Raiba was used very early in the Surah Al-Baqarah, and here also it's been used very early, but here that was used for the book La Raiba, Zalikal Kitab La Raiba Fi. This book, there's no doubt about it. Now here is saying La Raiba Yawmul Qiyamah. Basically, there's no doubt about the judgment. So Allah is also, in the same ayah, Allah is establishing the fact that the book, the Kitab, these are the pillar of our Iman, the day of judgment, there's no doubt in these ones. The next stage today, the ayah number 10, Allah is saying, verily those who disbelieve. So these are the ayahs about the people who disbelieve. Obviously, we talked about the believers. Now Allah is giving the opposite side of it, the disbeliever. The disbeliever, what's going to happen to them? Their offspring, their wealth, nothing will help them against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning, their offspring, their wealth can be helpful in this dunya for them, but nothing will help them in the day of judgment. Also Allah said, they are the people like the people of the Pharaoh. So Allah is giving us examples here. The people before Pharaoh, they are the one who had the ayah, who had the sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has prophet and Rasul among them, but still they disbelieve. And what happened to them? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell them that you will be defeated. Obviously you will be defeated and gathered together to the hell. So Allah is giving a warning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that tell them, if they do like this, the people of Pharaoh and other people, this will be their consequences. And then Allah is saying, ayah number 13, this is an example from the Badr. Allah is saying you already had a sign. You had a sign that there's two group of people who wanted to go fight. This is a sign because remember, Battle of Badr is already happened. This surah is after Battle of Badr. So Allah is saying in the Battle of Badr, there are two group, Muslim group and the disbeliever, they fight. And the disbeliever was thrice in number, but in your eyes, like the people who are Muslim, the 313 people or 315 people, they saw them less than thrice, like twice or something. So that's one of the tafsir of this ayah, that Allah show them that it is less number, so that they have the moral boost inside them. So that's what Allah saying, that this was a sign from me, that how they will be defeated. Because the ayah before, Allah saying to Rasulullah that they will be defeated, and they will be gathered to the hell. And Allah saying, yes, they already been defeated once. So Allah is bringing an example for the statement Allah made in the ayah 12. This ayah 14, this is also another very important ayah, and a lot of time the imams and sheikh, they recite this ayah, they start from this ayah. In this ayah, Allah is saying, this ayah is very important. Allah is saying basically, although this is it started with Zuyen and Nas, and as you know, Nas means human being, but majority of the scholars say this ayah is for men, for people, like for male people. Why? Because Allah talked about what are the things that a man desires. Now, not every man will desire all of these things. Maybe one man has desire for all of it, some has only desire for one thing, some of desire have only two things or three things. But Allah in general is telling us what people want. And if you look at these things, and if you think for like a moment, you'll see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this thing, and it is implicated in our life also at this time, at this current time. Allah is saying, men desire women. Of course, men desire women. They desire their children. They want to have more sons. And if you see people who are praying and everything, even if they're doing everything, one thing they always talk about their son and daughters. My son is a very good engineer. My son is a very good chef. My son is this and this. Sometimes they say it with humbleness. Sometimes they don't know that out of arrogance they say these things. But we have to be careful about this. Allah is mentioning these things in a negative way here, but doesn't mean these are haram. But why Allah is saying these things? Allah is saying because if you are into these things, and these are the signs of the dunya, Allah is saying here, these are the mata'ud dunya, hayatul dunya. And if these things can take you away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what are the things? As I said, the women, the children, the gold and silver. In our time, obviously, is money, because that time it was gold and silver. Then Allah said, branded beautiful horse. And what is the similarity with us? Branded beautiful cars, right? Or anything that is branded. And some people, some men has desire for that. I want to tag her or whatever model they have, this shirt, that shirt, that's their passion, that's their hobby or something. Then Allah say cattle and well-tilled land. What is cattle means? At that time, cattle is your business basically, because with the cattle you have your land, and the cattle is a way to get profit from your land. That's the tool for you to do the things. And here obviously we have investment, we have stocks, we have shares and all these things. So it is the same kind of thing. We have our own project, we have our own job, our day-to-day job, our business. All these things come into that one. And then Allah saying, this is the pleasure of the present world's life. So this is the pleasure for the dunya. And then Allah says, Allah has much better return for you. And what are the returns from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah mentioned in this ayah, Allah said, these are the things for the people of taqwa. Look here, Allah mentioned the people of taqwa here. Allah could say people of iman or people of other things, or people of ulul albab, the people of knowledge. That's what Allah said before, right? People of knowledge. But here Allah said taqwa. Why taqwa? Because taqwa means to protect yourself. A muttaqi means who protects you. Protects from where? Protects from those desires. So those desires, you will have it. Allah made us with this desire, some of these desires. And we have to do this, but we have to protect ourselves according to the lines of the Quran and the Sunnah, so that we don't cross the line. So Allah is saying for muttaqun, Allah has Jannat, the gardens, and beneath that the river will flow. And also Allah is saying, the azwaj mutahhara, the beautiful and the purified spouses there. And also Allah is saying ridawan min Allah. Ridwan means the pleasure from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the best thing. Imagine all these things in the dunya, the car, wealth, money, children, everything is one side. And when you go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is saying, I am happy with you. Whatever you've done in dunya, I'm good. You did a good job in dunya. This is what I sent you. How good you will feel. Even in our work, if our big CEO or boss come down and say, no, this project you've done a very good job. I'm happy with you. How good you feel. In anything, anybody will praise. And that's why Allah mentioned this here. The best thing that you get in Jannah, even in that is better than Jannah, that Allah will say, I'm satisfied with you. I'm happy with you. There's nothing, whatever I have sent you for, you've done the job. And that is the final thing that Allah is saying here. And then after this, Allah says, for these people of taqwa, for these people who control their desire, there's another dua, and this dua is also very famous. Allah saying, Allazina yaquluna Rabbana innana amanna. Oh Allah, definitely, oh Rabbana, Allah, definitely we believe. Inna na'amanna faghfir lana dhunubana wa qina azaban nar. So please forgive us and save us from the fire of the hell. So this is the dua Allah is saying here. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. Jazakallahu khair. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Brothers and sisters, brothers, we view this